I think he tried to log off. Mr. Olise, were you able to, let's see, let me unmute him so he can try to get back in. Mr. Olise, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so I don't know. We can hear you. You have to unmute yourself. Okay, so I think we may have to call him on the phone since this video is acting crazy. It's not working out. We may have to call him on the phone so that he can talk that way versus doing the video, the audio. We use the audio version. Mr. Olise. Okay. To say, okay, you calling him? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, audience. We did not plan for this to happen. Okay, so I'm removing him, hopefully. Tell him to try to log in again. Let's see if it will be better. If not, then we'll just do audio so that we are not delaying the conversation. Right. So is he trying to log back in? Okay. Yeah. We just, wow. I don't see him in yet. So hopefully he will come back in and so you can finish up this conversation. Maybe.
Yes, he's trying to log back in. He had to change location to see if he could get better reception. So
he's coming back in. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So the video we were watching was a video, it was an interview that he did 2017. And so when we tell you guys that our brothers and sisters have been working to get this thing done, except that, you know, some noise making, I don't know, charade somewhere had us all confused. Instead of focusing on what they were doing, we were focusing on things that will not get us anywhere, thinking that if we break down on Facebook and cry enough and post all the gory pictures that people will come to our aid. Whereas these people have set an international guidelines that we must follow in order to get to our destination and get where we're going. So it's up to us now to pick up this information and start running with it. You know, if you are a first-time viewer, this is an opportunity to share this video. Thank God we have ones that you can look into for people to begin to start looking into how the processes work. We went as far as looking at the UN International, the People's Right.
Yeah.
Because we are thinking, we are giving information that things was done the other way. But when we actually sat down and started doing our research, we realized that it wasn't the yelling and the crying and the outburst that will get us where we're going to, that what they want you to do is to use this. If you want them to consider you a human being and have a spot on the decision-making table for you, you have to use your thinking faculty. So we did that. We went through the process, realized that our brothers have been working to use international guidelines, getting involved the international communities, using the guideline they have set in terms of what we need to do to get where we're going. So please, this is not LNC's work alone. It's up to us now to be educated consumers, for us to run in there, look at information, start. Thank God for Google. I don't care anything anybody says. Google is the greatest thing on the face of the universe, because you can be in your bedroom, in your toilet, and just Google some information. So when we start to understand that power belongs to us, that we are the people, not some random written paper by someone, and begin to receive that in our brain, it will empower us, because right now we are powerless because we think someone, somehow, someplace is gonna do it, versus I am gonna do it. No wonder Kennedy told his countrymen, his fellow citizen, he said, it's not what your country can do for you, it's what can you do for your country? What can you do to get this self-determination that we are looking for? Because when we get it and set up a place like the United States where people have equal rights, my goodness, what else are we asking for? So this is something worth dying for. This is something worth working hard for. This is something worth giving your best for, that we need to do to get in sync with this process so that it can end sooner. Because the earlier that people are confused about what is being done, running around, pulling backwards, thinking they can pray and fast for 1,500 years and listen to some random outburst, it's not going to get you anywhere. We are educated, for God's sake. Everywhere we go, they say that we're most educated. Can we use that education to do something for our people? We were not sent to America. For me and my family, I keep teaching my children, I said, I feel like we were sent down here for a time like this. For a time like this, for us to be part of this restoration project. So the questions some of us should be asking ourselves, especially those in diaspora, what were you? How did you find yourself there? What is your mission? What is your purpose in life? Is your purpose in life to work 12 jobs and work double shift and build mansion that somebody is gonna blow up whenever they feel like? Or save all your money, take your retirement to start business? One Fulani will come and make policy, your business will go yum, you'll be done with. So don't you all think it's better that we start working together now for the betterment of our whole community, just like other people do? That's why they progress. When we start thinking about wholesomeness, the whole community, everyone else, it makes things better than me, myself, and I. Oh, if I can get the money and buy a house in Dubai and London and send my children overseas, all is well. All is not well when your neighbors are still begging you for food. All is not well when your neighbors' children cannot go to school. All is not well when all we get every day is killings in southern Kaduna. And some people think like, oh, it's their turn. No, it's not. It's not. We cannot allow that in good conscience to happen. We cannot. We have passed that stage now. This is not the time for revenge. This is the time for us to come together and fight a common enemy. And we know who the common enemy is. They are not hiding themselves. They are out there telling us how they are coming to deal with us, the infidels. So what is stopping us from learning the processes, looking at the information, going there and gathering the information versus everybody just talking at random? As we are speaking, the lives of our children are in danger. We are not giving up. We are not giving up on anything at all. We have to, it must be done right. We have to fight for our brothers and sisters, whatever anywhere they clean any brown person, they are killing us. Okay, so I sent it to you so he can use that to join and see if that works for him. Right, so as I was saying before, working together. So I welcome our brothers and sisters from Southern Kaduna. We want you guys to know that we are with you guys in what has been going on. Our hearts bleed for our brothers and sisters. It keeps us up at night, knowing that someone can go to bed and not, or even someone thinking I can go to bed and not make it the next day. So that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a nation where our children will be right now. They should be signing up to go and participate in international committee platform on any kind of or research or invention or whatever or contest. That's what we're looking for, not children that are selling bananas on the road and people are molesting them. So we want better for all of our children, and we want to emphasize that. that when your heart bleeds, our heart bleeds. So please, let's rise up. Let's hold hands like brothers and sisters that we are, and march on to get this sovereignty that we are looking for. And stop waiting for someone somehow, falling from the sky to come and do it for us. Nobody. So if not for anything today, let this brain reset and say that power, that I have the power to make the change that I want. That I have the power to make the change that I want. And sometimes it's not always easy for you to just do it on your own. And that's why you have to collaborate with your brothers and sisters to make some things happen. So I was saying earlier, we just watched a clip. It's about 22 minutes of worth of clip that we watch on the interview that you gave back in 2017, I think. So we are saying if you can please enlighten our audience on the connection between the disputed constitutional arrangements, which you spoke about in that interview, and this self-determination agitation group that seems to be heading to a dangerous threshold of self-help. Can you put some more light on that, please?
Yeah, the Constitution is the ground, is the expression of the people's will, the people's desire to form a union, a political union, with people that they have something in common. Prior to the independence of this country, portions that led to the Constitution, the one that provided for self-government, and the subsequent one that provided for independence, the one for the Republican Constitution. These were a product of negotiation, and it is on the basis of that the various political units, were formed by the people from those parts, Eastern region, the Western region, the Northern region, and even such processes led to the conduct of a referendum that, set the Midwestern region apart from the Western region. So it's a principle that is rooted in democracy, and even this self-determination we are talking about is also democracy, the principles of democracy. Because without democracy, anybody can, declare any territory is and determine how that place will become occupied, or who are the ancestral owners of that territory. And it will not be disputed. It's because of the principles of democracy. That is why people can dispute it. So, and in making that dispute, you must operate within the template of those conventions and the rule of law, and the other tenets of democracy. So people are saying, fine, we got independence together. There were some crises that led to coup and counter-coup, and finally a civil war and a pogrom or a genocide that took place. There was a surrender, purported surrender, and so on and so forth. But in spite of all of this, if we want to continue to exist as one political union, there should be a form of consensus among us, leading to that, or at least a return to the constitutional order that preceded the crisis of 1966, 1967 to 1970. So that is the basis of all the agitations that you have seen, from the Niger Delta end, irrespective of the civil war, the handover, and the rest. There have been agitation by various groups, as their separate ethnic groups and collectively as a region, to insist that they cannot continue to loyal to a legal system, a constitutional order that is imposed. So whether it is as the Ogoni struggle represented by the Ogoni Bill of Rights, or the Kayama Declaration, that symbolizes the just struggle, or the oral or the Biafra declaration by the Raf Wazirike-led Masop, and so on and so forth. You know, these are expressions of people listing that their sovereign power must be, recognized, and no one can lie that their sovereignty in the documents that they call the 1999 Constitution. And so calling for a renegotiation of the basis of and the recognition of the sovereign powers of the individual nationalities, indigenous nationalities that make up this geographical expression.
Awesome. Thank you.